16th of February 2022. Hope everyone had a good Sports Tuesday. Don't forget the 609-445-1490. That'll get you involved in 2E Sports Talk. Bring something to the table. Get social with us, as always, at Rich Q on Q, at 1490 SportsBet, hashtag BYP. Busy show today. A little mixed bag. We'll kind of put a bow on the NFL season. We will certainly get into a ton of NBA. And then you got some breaking news coming down in baseball, which, I mean, if you think about this, the money that can be made if you are a perennial all-star and deciding not to sign these monster mega deals, how it affects your standing, and really how it affects the team going forward. We will get into that. But Corey Parsons in about 20, Rothstein in the 5 o'clock hour. I want to start with a little NBA. And by the way, the Sixers got absolutely smoked last night. You know, I always enjoy Twitter. When the Sixers get blown out or lose, it's, a game doesn't matter in February or March. You know, and you got to hear the ridiculousness, you know, just of some of the fans and the fanboys out there. I mean, they were a 2-point favorite last night at home. At home, mind you. I mean, we could have bet 1,000 mortgages, and Boston just absolutely just tore them apart. That game wasn't even close. Woodshed, 135-87. Are you kidding me? But what I find is really remarkable, and I'm going to say it's remarkable. There seems to be this sentiment out there, this narrative, which I got to put to rest a couple things. For so many years, all we heard from the Sixer brass, the Kool-Aid drinking Sixers fan, some of the media that covered the team, I don't know, maybe they were getting free tickets on the side for so many years. I don't know. Maybe a couple T-shirts. Hell, why not throw in a towel? You can wave it around the bathroom. That this point, this trade, this move, Simmons, Harden, it wasn't made possible without the process. None of this was going to get done if it wasn't for what transpired years ago. That's that's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm reading. That's what's being flooded on my timeline. I have to know, the local people out there, are you really thinking this? Are you really thinking this nonsense? Because I didn't hear anyone say trust this, trust that when they lost in 7 to Atlanta. I didn't hear anyone say trust this, trust that when Ben Simmons decided to take his ball, go home. I didn't hear any trust this, trust that when everyone was talking about Doc Rivers maybe not being the answer and it was a mistake to get rid of Brett Brown. I wasn't hearing anything about trust this, trust that when people were bitching, whining, complaining that you gave $100 million to Tobias Harris. Folks, I mean, just stop. Like, well, what are you doing? I'm trying to help you. Remember that scene in Jerry Maguire? Help me help you. I'm trying to help people out there. It's not even about educating them. It's just like, stop. You sound like a jackass. You sound clownish. You're not making any sense. The process is done. It's over. Let it go. Let it go. That dog is not going to hunt anymore. So what are we going to keep saying? Well, maybe in 2 or 3 more years. Maybe in 3 or 4 more years. Maybe in 2036 when the Sixers win a championship and it's 37 years later, everyone's going to be like, I told you, you just had to be patient. You had to hang in there. You know, I get it. You're 85 years old right now. You don't even know what the hell time of day it is, but you hung in there for 37 years as a fan. And they finally got to the NBA Finals. Oh, they lost, but hey, hang in there. This is it's bizarre. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe as I get older, I don't have the patience for nonsense. Or is it just that you have to call out some of these idiots? Because that's what they are. They're idiots for thinking this. For thinking that, yes, we built a team around an off-injured superstar. That's what we did. We decided to do this. And that's why, again, it was hard at times to root for them. It really was. Because they're trying to develop, look at some of the picks. The Fultzes, the Okafers, the Michael Carter Williams, Embiid missing how many seasons to start his career? Ben Simmons? Think about it. So you're going to actually tell me, you're going to try to sell me on the fact that because of all this debacle, all this wasted space, all these wasted picks, it's come down to this moment in time. You did it all to get James Harden in 2022. Are you kidding me? Does that help you sleep well at night? Really? Is this where we're going? Bad picks, bad basketball, and all of a sudden, boom, you realize you got something in your center when you start to surround him with the right pieces? I mean, come on. It's ridiculous. And you guys believe it. You guys actually believe what you are. I don't know. I don't know if people are on Hinkie's payroll. I don't know. I don't know if people are still getting parking vouchers. I don't know. This guy was hired. He turns around. He trades who? Drew Holiday, first-round pick. Hey, that's great. Turns into Nerlens Noel. Later in the draft, you get Michael Carter. Wonderful. Correct me if I'm wrong. Noel sat out his first season. Michael Carter Williams, right, won Rookie of the Year. But then what happened? You sent him packing for a couple picks. But no. This is what you want. Let's do it again. Let's land Embiid. Let's land Dario, who, oh, by the way, both missed their first 2 full seasons. And they continued to pile up losses. And then you land Okafor. How'd that work out? Then you finally get Colangelo, and he selects Simmons. Remember, you had to wait for some of these players, i.e. Dario. So if you think about this, you go with Sarge, Embiid, Simmons. You had that jump, 28 to 52 wins. That's great. That's great. And then you dealt another draft pick away. And then you had the debacle with Colangelo, right? And then, what are we going to do now? You got Bridges. No, we traded away Mikal Bridges. For who? Smith? I mean, it just kept recycling. Brand replaces Brown. He's the top decision maker now. You don't want to re-sign Jimmy Butler. He can't get along with the head coach, so he bolts. You give a really bad deal to Harris, a max deal, and then you get swept, and then Brown goes bye-bye, and then comes Doc, and it's just recycled. So I don't, like I said, there's ebb and flow in a franchises, right? In a franchises, the arrow when it points up and it points down. I mean, but to try to draw these parallels is ludicrous. You had bad basketball for a long time, and then you started to win. So when you win, you bring back the fan base. When you lose, nobody wants to go watch a game, i.e., tell me how many people are talking about the Philadelphia Flyers. Seriously, 4, and they're probably sitting at the same corner bar. You think anyone's getting all giddy and gung-ho over the Philadelphia Flyers, who absolutely stink, who have stunk for the past several seasons? It's like a little cult following, the Hinkiers. They just follow around. They think process this, process that. It worked. It didn't. You can't keep saying next year, next year, next year. When is it going to be that year, that time? You know why you made the move for Harden? Not because of some stupid process. You made the move for Harden because you figure, I got to give the big man some help, and I got to get rid of a disgruntled player who may or may not have some issues. That's all that was. Don't read into it any more than it really is. Don't. Because you sound foolish. But this is what we do. We have to push our narrative across. We have to. We have to. That's what we do. And I say that tongue in cheek. I give an opinion. I'm not trying to push anything across. I'm telling you exactly what these goofballs are trying to do. Don't get sucked in. Don't get lured in. Don't. When you play bad basketball or bad football, you're going to have draft picks. You're going to have an opportunity to clean it up pretty fast. Why? Because you're always picking in the top 5, top 10, top 15. It's common sense. This ain't rocket science. I don't need to go to a chalkboard and give you the X's and O's. I mean, how'd that work last night when you got spanked by 30-something against Boston? Look, the window of opportunity, if you are a Sixers fan, it's there. It's there. And this other sentiment that, I love what James Harden said because he realizes he's coming to Philly to not be that number one guy. Of course not, because he understands it's Embiid's team. Joe Embiid's a franchise player. If James Harden ticks off Joe Embiid, I got news for you. It's not Embiid that's going to get shipped out again. It's going to be the bearded one. I can't wait until the springtime and the playoffs roll around. Because if or when this team gets bounced in the first round and I hear somebody turn around and say, it's all part of the process, I'm telling you right now, I might be the man on the loose. I'm telling you right now, just stop. Just stop the nonsense. Unbelievable. All right, 16 past the 4 o'clock hour, just cranking up process. Oh, my God. Maybe they got free towels. I don't know. 16 past the 4 o'clock hour, just cranking up on a Wednesday edition of BYP. We'll take you up to 6 o'clock straight up. Keep it locked in. Corey Parsons on the other side. Rothstein in the 5 o'clock hour. T along, too. Don't forget, as always, 609-445-1490. Hashtag BYP when you tweet at us, at RichQNQ, at 1490 Sportsbet. Quick timeout.